Hey everyone, what's up? So I haven't posted in a while. Recently, my local game store has started doing Beyblades. So I actually came in second in the tournament they just had. And this is the deck I was going to show you guys that I used. So starting off, I have Lance Knight, or Knight Lance. I was running him on 360 High Needle. He did really well at reflecting a lot of attacks. There are a lot of people using aggressive style bays, like a lot of drawn swords, drawn daggers, and phoenix wings in there. And he's really good at taking those hits and bouncing them back. What I'm going to do to modify him in the future is I'm going to get rid of the high needle, and I'm going to switch to a spike bit. In testing, I've noticed that spike creates less bursts, and the only way he really was losing is if he got knocked out into one of the overfinished pockets immediately or burst. Second guy on my team was a phoenix wing on a 560 with point bit. This guy was a solid competitor. He really only got hit out if like a drawn sword on rush was able to overfinish him. But I did have an issue with him where the point bit actually wasn't fully seating into the piece, so it would only go about that far in. So as soon as I launched him, he'd hit, spin around once, and then burst, just without touching anything. So he lost me a lot of points during the competition because of that. He's now fixed, he's working just fine, so he's going to stay in. And the last part of my deck, I was going to use Hell's Chain on Unite, but Unite is not currently legal for competition at this store because they're only doing anything that's got a full America release. So I quickly switched to Hell Scythe on flat, and I know this is not the Unite bit, but originally I had him on Unite. So I was using Hell Scythe 960 flat. Hell Scythe on 960 flat, in my experience, got me the most amount of points because of how versatile it is and how well it can take a hit and give one right back. Constantly getting hit by something hard and just come right back and hit them for even harder hits, or however you want to word that. So this was the deck I used. That's the one modification I would make to it, is changing Lance over to a spike bit. The deck I'm going to use in the future, I'm going to keep the Phoenix Wing. I'm going to add in Unicorn Sting. Sorry, I blanked there for a second. Unicorn Sting 360 Needle. Unicorn Sting 360 Needle has had very little time getting knocked out. It's really hard for a bay to knock this guy out, and it really delivers a strong recoil hit, so if you hit them, they hit you back harder. And then I'm going to be doing my custom, I think this is drawn sword or drawn dagger, I'm pretty sure this is drawn sword, with a low flat on 560, and I'll be changing Phoenix over to a 960 bit. So the idea there is I have my Phoenix Wing for just consistent hard hits and KOs. I've got Unicorn Sting for the taking on heavy attackers. And I've got my drawn sword on low flat to burst and get knockouts. So that's the team I'm going to be running with. The launcher I was using is I custom painted it. I've got a grip, I've got a winder launcher, battle pass, and then I'm using just the standard ripcord. After game, they did let you use kind of whatever you wanted, so I do have a 3D printed winder launcher cord that's quite a bit longer. But I was not allowed to use that in competition, so I was just using this smaller one. So yeah, that's what I was using. That's what I plan on using at the next one. Hopefully, I don't self-KO when I get there. Hopefully, I can pick some more wins.